Alright, here's our week 2 video for Aurora, and you can see my dog Gracie in the background on place while we do this. And you can see that Aurora is getting a little bit distracted by Gracie, but what I'm doing is I'm keeping her moving, I'm keeping her knowing that the reward's coming from me, not the dog. And luckily Gracie's really quiet there on the place bed, so she's not as a distraction as, say, like some random dog walking down the path and barking. Um, Next week, one of my big goals is to get Aurora out in public, whether that's like Tractor Supply or a park, and also working with her a lot in the house too, because I know that in-house calmness is really important. But I also want to work on, I know you guys said at the beginning of this week that she barked at some people. I would like to work on that a little bit too. I did have a couple people that like were walking in the neighborhood, and she did bark at, I believe it was like some kind of internet sales guy. I don't know. She barked at him, and all I did was she was gonna sit. I said no, pop, sit. And I just kind of corrected her on it. Because if she's in a command, like the sit or the heel, we can say, no, that behavior is not allowed when you're told to do this. Um, so, I want to kind of work on that a little bit more with her. It's hard to plan passerbys in a neighborhood, they're kind of random. We also worked on pivoting a little bit just because she's awesome. Teaching her that back end awareness and just making her look really nice with that heel. She's a really nice dog, super high drive and easy to train, so we get to kind of have fun and play with her a little bit, and do stuff we don't typically do with dogs. And her high speed, like sped up tail wag is my favorite. We also spent some time kind of walking in the neighborhood, because I know y'all did say last week she did still pool, which is normal. The first week we're just kind of teaching them how to learn and laying out these base behaviors. But I spent a lot of time kind of walking on the road, walking through the grass, and a lot of stops and having her sit just to kind of ground her instead of just, we're going and going. I also spent a lot of time varying my speed and doing some quick turns, which I'm not sure if I got a video of in here. Oh, that was her first time laying down outside, so go her. But I went from like super slow little crawl kind of walk to like as fast as I can possibly walk. And she transitioned really well through all of them. So she's doing a super good job. And here's us just kind of, I was moving the camera and I was like, oh, I'll get a nice little video of her. But as long as we're consistent with our corrections and, plenty of rewards and giving her good reward history with us, I think she will catch on really fast. And then the more, you keep consistent with the corrections and stuff, the less you have to do them. And we'll talk about corrections in your lesson tonight. So I don't usually take videos of me healing on the road because I have this like intrusive thought of someone stealing my phone. But this is, even though you can't see us healing on the road. And you'll notice a giant jump cut. That's because I'm very bad at staying in frame. Um, but she did a really good job. We've been doing it a lot. And you can see she stays tuned into me because I check those stops a lot. All right, she did learn down this week. She did awesome at down, so much that she learned it from not knowing it to verbal command in one session. And that just means instead of guiding her down with a leash like I did there, she just does it when I say. But what I'm doing is I'm not holding her butt down. I'm just kind of like keeping it from popping up. So my hand's just laying there. And I'm using my leash pressure downward to push her kind of neck down. But you see, we'll move to the foot. And then the second her elbows touch the ground, mark and reward. In the standing position, because we're trying to keep that neutral body positioning. If she doesn't down when we say it, we're going to take the leash, put it under our shoe, and kind of use our foot as a little guide to pull the leash up and apply that downward pressure onto her collar. But she's a superstar with the down. I'm super duper proud of her. And I can't wait to see what she does next week with it. So, as I said, she's really fun dog to train. So, we do like to challenge a little bit when we have a dog like this. So, here's her on place for 10 minutes. I sped it up because I'm not making you watch this super long video. But you can see the clock above her. That's why I did this where I did it, is I want, proof with that clock. Except I did start my video late. So, I guess part of me is a liar, but she was on place before the video. But we're really focusing on rewarding her when she's calm on the bed. You can see I'm coming over when that tail stops going so fast. Because everything we do on the place bed, we want to kind of push forward with that calm and less with the, oh my gosh, I'm laying down so good. Look how good I'm laying down. Just lay down, chill, take a nap, do whatever you got to do. And next week, I'm going to move this into the house. And that way we have a little bit more realistic practice because I doubt you hang out with her in the garage very often.